Hi, this is Owen Thornton, and this is my video blog, which complements my word blog at Ontario Crafts, all one word, .wordpress.com. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a beautiful little spot at 130 County Road 50 East at Colchester, Ontario. The place is called North 42 Estate Winery and Bistro. And first, I want to sort of set the scene. County Road 50 is unlike, for example, County Road 881 and King Street East, which is through the Niagara region. That road is always just, you're always seeing signs for the QEW. It's a commuter road. People are going to their works and they're going to jobs and going to work there on that road. And so you're seeing a lot of fast traffic, a lot of traffic in many cases. And you have to go a little further off that road to kind of get that rural feeling that you might look for when you're going to a winery. Not to say that you can't just turn off the road and be at a winery and feel the rural experience, but the road kind of is right next door, and always kind of keeps you that sense of urgency, that sense of busyness. County Road 50 along Erie North Shore is very much a holiday road and a farm road. So as you're driving, we always start at the far end and work our way back. So as I'm driving east on 50, coming towards London, Ontario, I find that we're going through a lot of small towns, so you're just going slower. The roads, the sand roads that lead towards the beach houses on my right-hand side, on the shore side of the road, are leading down to the cottages. And so those folks aren't in a hurry to go anywhere, and they're going out to buy wine or groceries, or making little errands for themselves to allow themselves to have a happy stay wherever their cottage is. And on the other side of the road, that's where the farms are in most cases. So again, you're looking at farm traffic, farmers in tractors going from one place to another, pickup trucks looking at the fields. So you're not seeing a lot of urgency, a lot of fast-moving traffic on this road. We'll make a run going up to the Huron County area, where there's an emerging area for winery, and that's on Highway 21, and that's a busy commuter road with 18-wheelers barreling down the highway, and you don't see that kind of thing on 50. So 50 is a little bit more of a romantic place anyways. It's just a lovely place, and the vistas of the lake are plentiful and very frequent, and often the lake is very close to you when you're there. So from all of those perspectives, you're already kind of in a nice relaxed mode by the time you hit North 42. North 42 is a winery that also has a lavender business as well. So when you drive down the laneway, even as you look at the building right in front of you, and I'll show you a picture of it here, when you walk into the building, it's a modern style of building. When you walk in, there's a bar area and a retail space there. So once you've done your tastings, your flight there, if you wanted to sit at the bar and do so, you could. And then the racks of wine are right there for you to go and pull them off and start filling up your case if that's what you were inclined to do. And then off to your left-hand side, that's where the lavender shop is. So there's a sort of a separate enclosed area for the lavender business. And then between the two spots, you would walk outside to a beautiful patio out back. Here you're completely transported away from city life, and you're overlooking the vineyard. So you're essentially as rural as you can possibly get while you're having a glass of wine or a flight of wine if you wanted to do that outside on the patio. And this is also where you would be served for the bistro business as well. We've never tried the bistro business there. I can't speak to the foods. But I can't speak to the service because the last time we went, we couldn't really do flights. That's not what was being allowed during the COVID-19 crisis. But we did have a glass of wine, and the server there was quite nice to us and did talk to us about the wine, was very knowledgeable. When I gave a home ranking away from home on my word blog at OntarioCrafts.wordpress.com, I suggested that the server was great and the wine was great, and the experience was wonderful. But I didn't give it quite a 5 out of 5 in a home away from home experience. So for me, I think that home away from home experience is being able to sit at the bar, have a tasting, and have a conversation with the person who's pouring you your samples. And that conversation is where you get to know the person and the individual, get a bit more human contact and a bit more better understanding of the winery, of the wines themselves. And all of that just kind of makes me feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more at home, and makes me remember more fondly of the place. I had that experience in 2018, and of course in 2020 we just couldn't have those kinds of experiences. I wrote about it in Wolfhead as well, where there's no bar rail at Wolfhead where you can sit and talk to the person pouring your samples. Servers have to be efficient and have to be polite at the same time, but they don't have the time to stand there and talk to you about the wines, because they have to go on and help other people. And so, while the service was great and absolutely phenomenal, just kind of missed a little bit of that contact with talking with someone about the wines and the winery and those kinds of things. That to me is a part of what I love about going to these places, which of course COVID-19 and the protocols around that have hindered significantly. However, we still had a wonderful time out back, had a glass of wine. This was the only stop in 2020 where we actually allowed ourselves to take the time to have a full glass and relax and sit outside and enjoy the beautiful farm vista that was in front of us. While we were enjoying the beautiful farm vista, they were using noisemakers in the fields to drive the starlings away from the grapes, to protect the field and protect the crop, so that the birds didn't eat the crop, so that next year we could enjoy more wine. But there's something about being around wineries and knowing you're going to hear boomers going off in the distance that has its own kind of romance to me. I don't find that disturbing at all, and you get to watch the flocks of birds as they move from one part of the field to another, and then there's another boomer someplace else a few minutes later, and the birds move again. But the sound of the boomers, that's a regular occurrence that you'll hear around wineries. Don't let that bother you. They also had shiners in the field too, which was also designed to keep birds away. That reflection that kind of catches their eye and bothers them, so you could see silver flakes, flecks in the fields as they had shiners up there as well. So a visual thing to also try to keep the birds away from the grapes too. So we could see those kinds of things as we looked out over the countryside from the patio at North 42. At any rate, I want to tell you about one experience that we had, and we tried their Gewürztraminer, which is a little bit of an oddball in Ontario. I mean, all grapes are grown in Ontario, more or less to success, because of course some of the vines just can't handle very well the deep cold winters we experience, and so there's a lot of dieback. So that's why cold climate grapes are more prolific and grow better here. But the Gewürztraminer we had was perhaps the most aromatic, the most floral wine I have ever had, and it was really sensational. Quite an experience, really. So if you don't like flowers, you might want to stay away. But if you do like that floral, aromatic smell coming off of your wine, you should really try the North 42 Gewürztraminer. It was really quite lovely. So that's my pitch for North 42. This is Owen Thornton for Ontario Crafts, all one word, .wordpress.com, and I hope you have a terrific day and a very Merry Christmas. Take care, and bye for now.